And we are rolling.
Okay.
Well, I'm very thrilled to be here. I'm almost whispering because the New World Symphony is preparing for its opening night concert for the 2011-2012 season. And I'm here with Roberto Toledo, who is the audio director for the New World Symphony, and he is also a member of our Miami Beach 411 forums.
Yes.
He came to the forums when he was looking for answers to questions about moving to Miami. So this is an extra special interview for Miami Beach 411. Now, Roberto, he has shown me like this behind the scenes of everything that happens here with the audio. I am so amazed and a little overwhelmed, to be honest, because there's so much amazing technology here. And so tell us what's going to happen tonight outside and how it's related to that technology.
Yes. Tonight we're going to have our opening night concert for the 2011-2012 season. What basically it happens with the wallcast, we call it a wallcast. We have a performance inside the space, and they project it with, as Maria saw in our control room, a very coordinated production team of working with camera angles, but we also provide basically a very, very complex surround system with the parks. So we have, it's basically, if you think about it, if you understand audio geek terms, it's a 6.1 surround system. But that's a simplified version of it.
That means it sounds really good.
It sounds really good.
That's all you need to know.
I am controlling roughly 167 speakers outside, all with a laptop and a little mixer. She saw the devices that I'm controlling.
And with that little laptop, which I'm going to see later, by the way, and I'll be taking some pictures for you, of course. It's actually like Space Odyssey in here, with all these control rooms and huge computer servers and with air conditioning and cables. It's really just amazing.
Yes, it's a lot of stuff. It is a lot of stuff. When I first saw it, I was a bit overwhelmed myself, but I was very excited because I knew that it was going to be something really, really cool to work with. So I see it every day, but I'm not overwhelmed by it at all. But it's fun to play with. I really do enjoy coming to work and playing with the equipment that you sort of see behind me, and being in the space and doing some really, really good recordings, but also the wallcast. That's probably one of my favorite things to do. It's so much fun to be out there doing a live mix of the show and being surrounded by in between 1,000 to 2,000 people. So it's kind of a rush, to be out there.
Yeah, and many people don't know this, but some people say that we have some footsteps now. We're in the middle of an interview. Can you wait a few minutes?
Absolutely.
Okay. That South Florida is lagging in technology compared to Silicon Valley and New York City, but I have to tell you something. This building, my interview may be low-tech, but this building is not. There is some amazing forward-thinking, progressive technology here, and in service of not only training these orchestral, well, they're already graduate students, but they're training to go to orchestras, but also serving the community and bringing music to the community in schools and also to the public, like in the wallcast, so that everyone can enjoy classical music. And internet too. I mean, this is like those spaceship lightning fast internet which you use to run all of this, right?
Yeah. After seeing it for my first Internet 2 session, I was actually really surprised at the quality, but just also the things that you could do with it. I mean, I've seen sessions, I2 sessions with the orchestra and a conductor and the composer who was in, Berlin or Paris or, wherever there is a university that has an I2 connection. And it's great, for the students to be able to get that feedback from a performance, because when you have especially a new composition, a lot of the times you're kind of guessing as to what the composer wants, when it would be easier just to have the composer tell you what he wants. And so, it's great for them to be able to understand why they're playing maybe this really weird passage in the piece, as our lights.
By the way, there's no poltergeist here. They're actually rehearsing the show that's going to start in about an hour and a half.
Yes.
So I'm sorry if it gets dark, but that's okay. You don't need to see my face. Yes, because and also the sound quality in those training sessions is very important because
Yes.
you know if you say you're studying violin and that coach who's abroad has to really hear your pitch and your tone.
Yes.
And that's what the internet too does.
Yeah.
It provides this
It's-
data transfer that's flawless.
It's CD quality, instantaneous. There's I haven't seen any kind of normally with those type of sessions you sort of have that delay, but it seems to happen right away. I can't. I'm sure there is some, but it's nice for them to hear. We provide them very high-end audio for those sessions, and they can hear every little detail. Especially with the orchestral. The orchestral stuff is great because I use my recording mics that I use for not only the wallcast but our cover recordings, and I send that out to the I2 department, and they pass it along to whoever it is needed, and so they can hear clearly everything.
Yeah, and all of that happens through I think it's, don't quote me on this because I have to fact check it, but I think it's 5 million miles of fiber optic cable that's in this building.
There's a lot of cable in this
There's a
building.
lot of cable in this building, but you would never know as a guest to this building. It's so streamlined and beautiful, but there's a lot of technology going on under the floors, behind the walls, behind the scenes, really, to make this all happen. And this is pretty unique. I mean, not many orchestras in the world have this kind of capacity. This is a true music lab.
Yeah, it is. I mean, a perfect example is I think we're the only orchestral organization that actually has a full-time lighting director. It's not, I don't think I've heard of any place that has a lighting director. But, a lot of the systems that are in place here are unique, one-of-a-kind types of things. I mean, even though some of the technology may be familiar to the layman, but it's still just so much of it. And again, it sometimes, if whether you understand the technology or not, when you see all of it, it is just, everybody's eyes are just so big and speechless, and they're just soaking it all in. But we've been here for almost, not even a year.